Hello students, in this video I'll be telling you how to deliver bad news to a patient. It's essential for you to know this because not all patients that you will be seeing will have a very good prognosis, will have a very good disease that is easily curable. There will be some situation where it's essential that you must tell the patient about his condition. It will help you lifelong. To be honest, there is no such rule or definite protocol. How will you deliver this news, right? But we'll be discussing a way by which you can at least plan to deliver. Now, I am Dr. Arindam and I am an associate professor in biochemistry at MG Medical College Kishanganj. In my channel, I usually upload content related to biochemistry, but this is a part of your attitude and communications training that is also essential apart from your theoretical knowledge. So please let me know in the comment section how you like this video. If you like this, if this goes over, I'll be happy to make better content. Now, today we'll be discussing about the spikes model of delivering bad news. Now, this is not my creation, alright? This is already a published data. You can find the link in my description. Okay, it's a public text, nothing private. This article deals with how you can deliver bad news to a patient with cancer. However, we often teach our students to use this model and the steps involved to tell or deliver any bad news to any patient. So let's see what are the components of spikes model. Now the acronym spikes stands for 6 steps. So let's see what are those. Number 1, setting up the interview. Very important. You cannot just go and tell the patient, right? You must have a proper setting. This thing should be done in private. Maybe if the patient needs emotional support, you need to have an attendant. So it's very important you do not handle the situation casually. Please set up the interview and then plan to deliver the bad news. So this is step number 1, extremely essential. Next, very important, patient's perception assessment. Maybe the patient is in a very bad mood. Don't choose that time to deliver that news. Wait for the opportune moment. Yes, I'm telling you repeatedly, not all of this will hold in real world scenario, but you may try your best to cover as much as possible as discussed in these steps. Alright? So understanding the patient perception is very important. You must assess how is he, how sensitive is he or she, right? In that way, you can modulate your way of delivery. Very, very, very important. So unless you have a proper assessment of patient's perception, don't do it. Maybe if you are working in a unit, some other doctor has studied or interacted with the patient much more, right? So if you are charged with delivering the bad news, it's your duty to make sure you understand patient's perception very carefully and very clearly, right? Then only proceed to deliver the bad news. Next, obtaining patient's invitation. Very important. You must have a two-way communication. If you are sitting in front of the patient or standing in an interview and he or she is very unwilling to listen to you, you should skip the part of delivering bad news. Very important to make the patient receptive, right? He or she must give you consent. You must tell him or her that I am going to deliver you some bad news. I am to tell you something that you may not like. Just see how his or her reaction is. It is very important. He or she must must accept the fact that you are going to deliver a bad news or deliver something very serious that he may not like. It's extremely important, obtaining patient's invitation. All right. Next, giving knowledge and information to the patient. This is the most vital part. You must tell the patient about all the treatment options, all the prognosis, what are the pros and cons. Okay, it's your job to deliver the good in a better way and the bad in such a way that there is still hope, right? You shouldn't give false hope, definitely not, but it's your duty to make the patient knowledgeable about everything or every aspect of the disease and the treatment options. This will give him enough confidence to tackle and win the emotional war that a bad news often shatters. Okay, bad news has got a very debilitating effect on physical as well as emotional aspect of the patient. So unless you deliver proper knowledge to him or her, it will not be accepted in a fruitful way. If you give enough knowledge to the patient, it will give him confidence, it will give her the confidence, and he or she will accept the bad news or the critical news in a much better way than if he or she doesn't know about the outcomes. Okay, so very important. Next, this is perhaps the most important emotional aspect of this whole protocol, that is empathy to patient's emotion. In some part of this act, you must step yourself into the patient's shoes to understand about his social condition, economic condition, his familial condition. All of this information should be available with you during the history taking, right? You cannot just go and tell a poor patient that fine, this is your disease, this is your option of, suppose he or she has got a cancer. You cannot just tell him, okay fine, you need thousands of dollars for chemotherapy but your disease will be cured. That will not be accepted well, right? So you must judge the patient's emotional condition, you must place yourself in the patient's shoes empathetically and then only deliver the news. Remember, a doctor who has got some emotional connection with his patient serves the patient much better, and it will help you retain your patients. A patient will come back to you over and over again, even if you deliver a bad news in such a way that he can connect to you emotionally. And last but not the least, have a proper strategy and summary, right? You must plan all of this well ahead. Any step may go wrong. You should have plan B in how to tackle that, right? So you must have a strategy that you should follow very carefully. And the last thing you should do is you have to summarize the whole thing for yourself and for the patient so that you deliver the bad news, the treatment option, the pros and cons empathetically in a nutshell. So these are the 6 steps of the Spikes model. Try to follow them. You can observe your seniors and teachers who have got an excellent, I have already mastered this way of delivering bad news to a patient. You can follow them, you can look up to them, and you can learn from them. All right. Remember, as William Osler told, the good physician treats the disease, but the great physician treats the patient who has the disease. So delivering bad news is an art and you must be able to master it. That's it for today's video. I'll say thank you and I'll leave you guys. I hope you become a good doctor and serve the community. See you soon.